stage wrestling. Baby, congratulations, man. You earned it, baby.
The sights and sounds of state wrestling and championship Saturday night down at the Pepsi Center. Welcome back, everybody. The Xfinity Sports Report. Your Colorado High School connection. Brian Roth back with you. Well, time to break down the state tournament with, well, Tim Ottmann, our wrestling insider. Tim, great to see you. How are you?
Thanks, Brian. Great to be here.
Yeah, great to get out Saturday night at the Pepsi Center. That's just a wild evening. In fact, it's the entire weekend that is absolutely wild there at the Pepsi Center. I know you have a lot of great memories.
Yeah, a lot of great memories at the can, as they call it. But I just love the scenery. You know, you have the 2A through the 5A. You have lots of families, and it's just an awesome scene to wrestle in front of that many people.
Let's start with Class 2A, and of course the big story coming into the state tournament, really regardless of classification, is another wrestler trying to become just the 18th in the history of Colorado to win 4 consecutive individual titles, and history was made last night. Jesse Reed of Paonia gets the job done. He was terrific, and boy, what a career. I mean, just how hard is that to do?
Well, there's so many factors. You know, we talk about, you know, making weight and injuries and opponents and just making a mistake in a match. And to be a 4-timer is phenomenal. That's why there's only been 18 in the history of Colorado wrestling. And so hats off to him and the way he did it, and obviously his celebrations and stuff at the end. But it's a very special treat that not many people achieve.
Yep, again, just the 18th wrestler in the history of Colorado. Only fitting that a strong wrestling program like Paonia can now call one of those wrestlers one of their own.
Feels great. I mean, words can't describe what I'm feeling right now. I mean, just all the work that's gone in with all the coaches, with all my training partners. I mean, it's nice to know hard work pays off. And, you know, it's an amazing feeling. I'm just, it's unbelievable. I can't describe it right now.
So again, there you hear from Jesse Reed, 4-time state champion. All right, let's go to Class 4A now, and one of the big stories was the Willett twins of Pueblo County coming into the season. They were both sophomores, having won state championships last year. As freshmen, could we see the next generation of 4-time champions here in the state of Colorado? Well, in the end, only one of them got to wrestle for a state championship on Saturday night. Hunter Willits gets the job done, but his twin brother, Grant, did not make weight on Friday morning. How devastating is that?
You know, it affects the whole team, and I read the article this morning about it felt like somebody had died on their way back to you know, have breakfast that morning. But you know, there's some things that you know, can be done to prevent that. Obviously, when you go and step on the scale, there's no opportunity to lose that weight. Whatever you are is what you are, and 1/10 is 1/10. And so you need to put some things in place to be a little bit more under before you go, and make sure those things don't happen. But it's so unfortunate, you know, for the young man who had that chance.
You know, and I thought we were going to be looking at one of the great all-time stories in the history of Colorado State wrestling. If in 2 years from now we were going to have a set of twins that were both 4-time state champs, that obviously is not going to happen. And you know, I imagine Hunter Willits, who again wins it at 138 for Pueblo County, that'd be tough to get out there on championship night on the mat when you know your brother wasn't going to have that chance.
Yeah, and it's tough for the whole team to rally back. And so, you know, hats off to Hunter for having the moxie, you know, to go and finish and do what he needed to do, yeah, regardless of his brother. And I'm sure that's what his brother wanted.
Yeah,
you know, so
Pueblo County ends up getting 3 state champions though for the day. They finished second to Thompson Valley. How good were the Eagles of Thompson Valley? First ever wrestling state championship. They finished second last year. Tim, 198.5 points, 4th most in the history of the state of Colorado.
Well, we had talked earlier on the previous show how good they were, yeah, and could they be the best team in all classifications, and they certainly showed why they're so good, and their depth and the amount of points that they scored shows that they brought a lot of people down, and then they scored in every weight class, and then, you know, 5 champions, which is the most champions of any school that won a state tournament. So pretty dang impressive team.
Tim, you guys at Ponderosa won 10 state championships. Were you guys ever even close to the 200-point barrier?
If I remember correctly, the highest we ever got was 183.
Yeah.
And so to get to 198, and some of those teams in the 200s, you just have to bring a lot and then of quality, and they have to score. And that's the Thompson Valley tradition. And their team is, I think, arguably the best team in the state of Colorado.
Yep, and they were led by Parker Symington, who took home his second consecutive individual state championship.
Extremely proud. For most of the career at Thompson Valley, we've had 5 state champs, and to get 5 in 1 year and have 8 placers is just unbelievable. Feels good.
Fantastic. I mean, because honestly, I don't know how to feel.
It'll sink in sooner or later.
Oh, it'll sink in. It's just it's a weird feeling right now. Definitely excitement, sad. Not so much like sad. Just it's a big year.
I feel great. I mean, there's no greater feeling right here. You know, I've been working for who knows how long for that, and it all paid off.
Oh, it's definitely exciting. We're just feeding off of each other's momentum, and we came here hungry and with a goal, and we're just building off of each other and just getting the job done.
All right, congratulations once again there to the Thompson Valley Eagles. Again, first ever state championship in the sport of wrestling. Let's get now to Class 5A. Great team race in 5A. We'll get to that in a second, but a great individual performance. Jacob Trujillo of Grand Junction at 160-pound weight class takes home his 3rd straight state championship. Not quite 4 straight, but certainly quite a feat, Tim.
Oh, absolutely. You know, one of like we talked about, probably 50 to 100 that have done it. So in league class, we unfortunately got to wrestle him in the quarterfinals, and he's very, very tough. Pinned us in the first period, and just a very physical wrestler who's also very technically sound.
Yep, Jacob Trujillo finishes the season undefeated for the 2nd consecutive year.
West Central and Brigham Gonzalez.
It feels awesome, you know, to bring my career to an end like that, you know, with capping that 3rd title. It just feels amazing. Everything I've worked for paid off, so it feels awesome. It's great to have her here and support, you know, my dad in the corner coaching, and my mom able to make it over here and watch me too. It feels good that I have the support of my family.
So again, Trujillo, a 3-time state champion. Another interesting weight class in Class 5A on Saturday night, 126. A returning champion in Legacy's Ryan Deacon taking on a freshman from Pooter and Jacob Greenwood. And Jacob Greenwood gets the upset.
Yeah, and nobody's really heard of Jacob Greenwood. He came as a freshman, and you know, in the first part of the match, he was down, you know, 6-1, I think, something like that, and just showed that he's in great shape and trains hard, and came back and tied it and then won the match. And you know, I heard a story that his dad runs a wrestling club, and he trains at the U.S. Olympic Training Center, so he's probably better than people thought he might have been.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's a guy you're going to want to watch out for and listen for as the years go on. Again, he is just a freshman, so he now is on track to, again, become a 4-time state champion. Of course, a lot of bouts left to go for that young man. All right, to the team side of things, and Arvada West takes down the team title for the 2nd consecutive year, but it was not easy. It was their rival from the Jefferson County League, Pomona, going head-to-head. Tim, going into championship Saturday night, 15 points separated the 2 teams, and they had 9 of the 14 matches in which either an Arvada West or a Pomona wrestler was in. So you knew things could fluctuate, and Pomona comes out, they win the first 3 weight classes, they pull within 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really close. And for Arvada West, the pressure was mounting, you know, because they hadn't won one yet. I think they went 0-2 before they finally won one, and so they were within 2 points. But you know, I think I can't remember who pinned Arvada West kid pinned, but they, you know, brought him ahead, and then mathematically they couldn't catch him. But Pomona certainly put the pressure on him.
Yeah, they had Peyton Tidewater, I believe, at 152s was the guy that kind of sealed the deal there. And then how about Devin Rothrock, the big boy at 220, won one at 195 last year. He's going to UNC. Boy, dominating on Saturday night.
Yeah, he's a man among boys. He, you know, obviously hits the weight room and some other things very, very hard. And, you know, I saw him and his dad walk out together and you know, apple in the trees. His dad was that much taller than he was. And so So, but you know where he gets it from. But yeah, very physical young man.
Yeah, again, he's going to be wrestling coming up at Northern Colorado next year. So Ron Granieri and the Wildcats of Arvada West take home their second straight state title.
And your 5A team champion with 163.5 points, the Wildcats of Arvada West High School.
We got upset a few times. Like I said, I wish we could have come out of there with 6 state champions. Sometimes it's a bittersweet situation. If somebody was to ask me, would you want your kids to all be state champions and take second? I'd have to give my championship up and let my boys all finish state champions. So they've been great kids, and these seniors are all going to school. They're all got colleges. They're going to go wrestle at. So it's going to be a great time for them.
Feels good just to, went out there from the last match. You can't be disappointed, pinning your guy in the finals at state, especially for your last match. So it's awesome.
Oh, it's amazing. My goal is to come out here, have a great time. It's my last time, and to dominate. I did exactly what I did and had a great time.
So again, congratulations to Arvada West and all of the state champions down there, and another great wrestling season in the books. Tim, as always, we appreciate your expertise. Thanks for coming on. We'll get you in coming up next December when we preview next season.
Well, thanks, Brian. Always nice to be here and to see all the guys and do this for you.
All right. Legendary wrestling coach Tim Ottmann. He's our wrestling insider here on XSR. And more highlights to come. Stay with us. It's the Xfinity Sports Report.